Hi there! In this video I want to show you a couple of crawlers that I built in the past. I really love the concept of a crawler for some reason, I don't know. Just those weird legs and a thing that is stomping around that sparks some joy in me somewhere. Games Workshop sells the Dune Crawler model. I really love that model. It's very cool, and I wanted to make a different version of that for myself. So I set about building that. So I got the legs of a Dune Crawler and built a platform on top of it, and built this guy which you see on top. So this is actually not a Games Workshop model. It's from War Machine. It's from the Cephalix Overlords, I think they are, and which are these really weird flying guys with lots of tentacles, which actually fit quite well with 40k to my ID. So I took those and I built one into this guy standing on top of his cool dice, being cool, and looking at I tried to make a bit of a hologram there, over here. Which he's looking at, and then he is his little servant at the front with I forgot about that. I made his eye dangling on a wire. That's cool. His little servant there is watching a drone on the bottom. This drone is from Space Hulk, the previous Space Hulk version plastic, and then this very tiny little machine over here is actually the original head of the Cephalix model, which I gave some tracks and then became this tiny Dune buggy. So this is my very first crawler I built, and I was really happy with how it turned out. This is also one of the first Adeptus Mechanicus models that I ever attempted. So before that it was mainly Space Marines that I built, and this was really a departure for me from that into something a bit more weird. Yeah, if we're talking about weird anyway, the next that I went for was this. This is when the Armager kit came out, when the Forge Bane set came out actually. Where you bought a box with 2 Armagers in there, which was pretty amazing. The 2 Armagers, the first Armager I built quite the way it's supposed to go, and then the second one I thought, yeah, I cannot build a normal Armager again. So what I want to do is I want to make a crawler out of it, of course. So here in the back you can see the regular Armager legs, but then built into claws. So these are the feet of the Dune Crawler again, and then the front legs are actually again Dune Crawler legs, but then extended with plastic card rod. So the Dune Crawler leg ends right about here, and then with plastic rods I built these supports, and I used the feet of the crawler again. And what I want to go for here is an organ, as you might have noticed already. Could be obvious, I don't know. Which is a bit inspired by the Pirates of the Caribbean movie. I don't know which one, but there's this guy with an organ in his ship, which is totally amazing, and I absolutely love that scene in that movie. So I want to build something like that, but then in 40k. So I started out with building the pipes, and then I cut open the passenger, or like the pilot cabin, and I built some keys in there, and then the pilot has changed into this mad, demented organ player, and he has one hand is actually more like tentacles or whips playing the keys, and the other is a Sicarian claw, which is just touching the keys. It's a bit hard to see, I think, from here. Maybe if I bring it, yeah, like that. And I made all these candles myself. The dripping wax, that was a very good tip. I don't know where I got that anymore, but that's actually just PVA glue. So if you put PVA glue on the end of a wire, you can really dab it onto the candle. So the candle stick is just a plastic rod, and that works very well. Also the drips is also just PVA glue. which is then painted. And the other thing I want to have is the bell, huge bronze bell, and the bell as a skull, as a the part that goes boing. I don't know what it's called, klepel in Dutch. This is one of the first times that I tried nail lacquer oxide paint, which I really took a liking of. And I made the whole miniature look all old and rusted and worn. And I tried some lighting effects on the tubes as well, which worked more or less. And here in the back we have some more skulls, of course, and pipes and chains. And here's this gargoyle. A mixture of Adeptus Mechanicus and Dark Mechanicus maybe, or maybe some Nurgle type stuff. I don't know actually what it is. Oh yeah, and I made another trick for this model, because the skull faceplate is actually removable, and then you see the original face underneath. That was a small fun bit I just wanted to have on. And then the final one, which is the most recent one, is this guy. This is my hunter-killer robot, which is kind of inspired by the White Dwarf article, which some time ago, I don't know which one, had a huge white I think, hunter-killer with like a bulb as the main part of the construct, and then these crawler feet below. And I was really taken by that, and I thought, yeah, I want to make something like that as well. But something different, of course. What I want to do is I want to make a crawler with multiple legs, like more than 4 even, but also asymmetric legs. So in all my previous builds, the legs were still symmetrical. And for this build, I wanted to have different legs and different poses. So if you look at the front, you have these two. These are the regular Armager legs, which I extended with the guns of a Cataphrone Breacher cannon. And then the 2 smaller front legs are from the Penitent Agent, Sisters of Battle. But then here is another leg from the Sentinel kit, which I elongated with a plastic rod on both sides. And then on the other side, he has this really tiny arm. So here he has a very big, huge arm, and there's a small, tiny one, just to have some contrast. And then if you go to the back, here it's completely asymmetric, because one of the legs, this one is again from the Dune Crawler kit, which I again elongated with plastic rod, and the other one is the second one from the Sentinel kit, which I built in a similar way as this one, just to have some visual recognition if you look at the model, but still to distort the symmetry. And when I started building it, I first only built the bottom half, so the crawler itself, and then I thought, yeah, but it needs a gun somewhere, and I just started kitbashing about, and I ended up with a gun on top of it. And I first wanted to make like more of an artillery cannon, but in the end it became this weird ray gun type thing. And the lensing effect, I was inspired by the Luminarch kit, which is this whole set of lenses, and I like the visual idea of that. So I thought maybe I can make something like that myself. So I used some rings that I found in my bits box. And there's a servitor built into the cannon, so he's really fixed to it. There's no way for him to escape. Lots of cables, of course, because you know me and cables. And there's this guy who's I think the targeter. So he's looking at his computer and pointing out some nice squishy targets to zap with the big gun. And yeah, the Hunter Killer itself has a face as well, which is from the Embot kit, which is also a very nice kit. So that's it. 3 crawlers, 2 ones based on the Armager, 1 based on the Dune Crawler. And yeah, all of them very different. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.